Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this super simple UFO house that also works really well as a hidden base. From down here, it looks as though that this is a simple statue. However, if you were to go up into the UFO house, you would find out that there's a lot more to it. Stay tuned till the end of the video if you want to see the inside of the house and how this thing works exactly, although I'm sure a lot of you have a great idea as to how it does function already. If you enjoyed this video, please do remember to hit that like button, I'd really appreciate that, and if you do make it all the way to the end and discover how this thing works, please share the video with a friend. Sharing is caring. Without any further ado, let's get started. So before we get this started, these are all of the materials that you are going to be needing to make your UFO house. No more, no less, unless you want to do the inside. Make sure you've got all of these. Make sure you know where you want to make it. I'm going to be making mine right here because why not? I mean, it doesn't take much space upon the ground. And I'm going to recommend, once you have got all of those things sorted out, you begin with a row of white stained glass coming up from the ground. Personally, I am going to have my UFO about 11 blocks off the floor, but you can have it higher, you can have it lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just like that. Now, we have to turn this into a tube, which means we have to place glass around the base, here, here, and here. Just enough room that we are able to get through the middle of it. And all of these rows of glass have to be as high as each other. So whatever the first row is, make sure that the other rows are the same. Next, we're going to place a row of grey concrete around the outside of the top row of glass. So just placing a single layer of grey concrete around the top layer of glass is more than enough. We then want to place a layer of sea lanterns on top of the grey concrete like this. So directly on top of the grey concrete, add a layer of sea lanterns. Around the top of the layer of sea lanterns, I want you to place a layer of slabs. This particular layer of slabs is going to connect together in the corners. That's very important because it will give shape to the rest of the UFO. So if you don't connect the corners, or if you connect them in some sort of like funky way, it's going to look weird. But the end result should look exactly like this. Okay, we now want to add a layer of light grey concrete that goes all the way around these stone slabs. Now, in a very, very similar way as to the stone slabs went around the sea lanterns, we want to have the same thing with the light grey concrete going around the stone slabs. So make sure it all joins together, all nice like that. That's perfect. Nice and simple, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the next thing we want to do is, this is repetitive, I know, add another layer of stone slabs around the light grey, specifically the upper half, and this time do not join it together in the corners. Very, very important indeed. This will change the shape of the UFO if you do connect it. So specifically, you're looking for this. Once you've attained that, we now want to add a layer of grey concrete directly on top of the layer of stone slabs. So just right on top of it. You don't have to do anything else fancy, just add the layer of grey concrete on top like that. Next, we want to add buttons to the long sides of grey concrete. So you'll add stone buttons on the ends and the middle of each row of 5 grey concrete that you have on each side. This is just to give a little bit of texture and detail to the build. It makes it look a lot better, honestly. You then want to add an additional layer of light grey concrete directly on top of the grey concrete, like this, going all the way around the top of the outside, like this. We are then going to add a layer of light grey concrete coming inside of the stone slabs that connects together in the corners. That's right, we're doing this again. So light grey concrete connects together in the corners, coming around the stone slabs like this. You can see we're adding lots of layer, we're adding lots of depth to the UFO. Now the next thing we want to do is quite simple really. So we are going to add stone slabs on the 3 middle blocks of each side. So the stone slabs will correspond with the 3 block gap that you have on the sides of each middle. And we are going to connect them together in the corners using stone slabs. This will leave certain light grey concretes exposed. We now want to add a layer of lime glass on the inside of the layer of stone slabs. So lime glass on the inside of the stone slabs like this, specifically not connecting together in the corners. We now want to add another layer of lime glass on top. We now want to add a layer of lime glass that sits 1 row above, goes all the way around, and connects in the corners. Very important. Again, this changes the shape of things. When you connect it and you don't connect it, changes things drastically, believe it or not. Now, a finishing touch that we must add is a layer of lime glass that just sits above the empty space at the top of your saucer. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the flying saucer complete. Isn't that awesome? I love this build. It's so simple, makes a great impact in your world, looks fantastic. We also want to be able to get up to our flying saucer, which means we have to destroy 2 blocks at the base of the tractor beam, which is what this white glass is here as well. We want to be able to walk inside here, and the reason is that we want to be able to drop water from the top here, right at the top, so like splash water here, the water will flow down all the way down into the bottom of the tube and actually flow out the bottom. This is a problem. We want to place a sign just above our heads where we will stand in the tube. I mean, honestly, you could even place it like right here. You could stop it there if you wanted to. Is this going to cause problem? No, of course it's not. Then again, I'm flying. Am I flying? No, I'm not flying right now, so that means... Okay, I can't quite reach it, so all you have to do, just drop the sign right there so it's face level. There we go, silly me. So, the sign's right here, face level, the water's directly above us. To get up into the UFO, we simply hop up and it will glide up quite fast, honestly. And I'm not flying, I'm bouncing around as you can tell. And that is the interior of the spaceship, and of course to get down, all we've got to do is, well, it's a bit time consuming. Feel as though I might drown. There we go. We managed to get out. Perfect. And that is how you would get up and down your UFO. You don't even have to include the mechanisms to get up and down if you don't want to. But it's certainly a cool thing to kind of like hide up there. You could even add like just a sign in there if you wanted to that's just like, you found it. I don't know. But that is the UFO, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you the inside of the UFO, the original version, just in case you want to see how much sort of room you can get and how much things you can place around the place. And yeah, let's take a look at the original. We're back at the original, just in case you couldn't tell. And this is what the inside of your UFO base will look like if you just add a few things. You can see, you can actually get kind of like a nice little survival hold up here if you wanted to. You know, plenty of places to hide some chests and stuff, just in case you wanted to. If you wanted to, not necessary, but I just kind of wanted to show you what the inside of this looked like, just in case you were curious. But yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you very, very much. Thank you for making it all the way to the end. I do appreciate that, of course. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit that like. I'd really, really appreciate that. If you have made it to the end, if you're listening to me speak now, please share the video with a friend. Sharing is caring. And if you want to make anything else by me, I fell into the gap. If you want to make anything else by me before I drowned, please check out the card system and the description below for all sorts of other modern, weird, crazy builds like this one. I don't know what to tell you. Card system description below. I've got to go now, guys. I'm treading water. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.